She's just a little girl. It barely fits on a rack. Yeah. Welcome back to Lucore Automotive Services. Today I'm working a little bit more on the little Capri. I'm going to get it aligned, or at least a preliminary alignment, as I'm making changes to my wheels and tires that will get done again. But I want to see where my starting alignment is, and I want to remove the bumpers, and I want to see how much this thing weighs. So if you want to see what I'm going to do, stick around, click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Let's get this thing aligned, or at least a baseline. This thing has got a lot of positive camber on it. That's going to have to change.
Can we do Tesla alignments?
What's that?
Can we do Tesla alignments?
Yeah.
Okay.
The S, the 3, the X, the Y, and the Roadster. I think the only Roadster is up in space, isn't it? Oh, one of them is. Floating around looking for Russian satellites. I guess the real question is, do I have Ford Capri specs in this? That's going to be the real question. So we have Ford Cortina. If we do Mercury, Capri. Wow, Capri 66, 67, 71 to 72, 73, and 74, 75. There you go. We have the specs for the actual Capri. And Teslas. We do them old and new. Ooh, it's got some action to her. Wheels a bit off center. Alright. Camber's horrible. Almost no caster. Our toe's a mess. Let's get our toe set somewhat close. And we'll start over. That's going to be a lot better. Why is our caster so different from one side to the other? Ooh, this sure could use a lot more camber and a lot more caster. Oh, that's at least drivable while we sort out our tire issues. Still got 2 degrees cross caster, almost a full degree cross camber. We definitely have some issues we need to address. I don't know what they are right now. We're going to work on some other stuff. You heading out, Jeff?
Yeah, buddy.
You have a great night, man.
All right, enjoy.
We'll see you. Let's stick this thing on some scales just to see how much it weighs. Then I'm going to pull the front and rear bumper off, and we're going to find out how much those Malaise Era bumpers actually weigh. I'm guessing 80 pounds a piece, somewhere in there. Let's find out, shall we? Leak. Strong. should probably get a light over here. I put a couple washers on each lug here to just kind of get a rough idea for fitment. For fitment, yeah, it's fine. Don't drive your car down the road with washers behind your wheel. I have actually had people come in with cars done that way. I don't recommend it. So I'm going to put a 5mm spacer in between the wheel and the hub. It's just a full contact spacer to bring my wheel out. I could probably go to a little bit smaller tire, because this is a really big meet for this car, and obtain the same resolution without using the spacers, but these tires came on these wheels and I'm going to use them up because I'm funny like that. So I've got a full contact shim that probably won't fit correctly. Hey, it fits. It kind of fits. We'll make it work. I'm going to try and center it so that it's square and behind there. And that will require me to retort my lug nuts 4 or 5 times, because I'm never quite sure if the thing's locked down correctly. And I'm probably going to have to get some longer lug nut studs as well. My fitment to the wheel well is alright, at least for the moment. So we'll figure it out. And then we'll make it work. Yeah, it's good enough for setup purposes. So because we are a general repair shop and we generally repair everything, I have scales, and I sometimes scale cars to make them handle and perform better. I really don't need to scale this car, but I was curious as to how much this thing weighs, so it's sitting on the scales. What do you guys think that this thing's going to weigh? It is a question. I don't know. Let's find out. How much does this car weigh? Now, full disclosure, it is missing the passenger seat. I have it at home because I'm going to recover it. It does still have a spare tire in it, although it's about to fall out the bottom of the car because the trunk pan is rusted through. And there's some other weight savings going on through Mother Nature. But it's essentially a complete car. Other than that, we have a grand total of 2,395 pounds. So just a couple pounds short of 2,400 pounds, which is pretty accurate by what these things were rated at. This thing has fumes in the fuel tank. I don't think I would even make it down to the corner to get fuel with it, because I think I put 1.5 gallons in it the last time that it ran out of fuel just to get it back into the shop. So pretty realistic number. It does have some pretty big heavy wheels in the back compared to the factory ones, but you know, it is what it is. So let's get rid of these hideous bumpers and see how much those things weigh. So right now we're at 23.95. Oddly enough, the distribution on that is pretty impressive. It's 613, 621, 582, and 579. So the weight distribution in this car is within 1.5% per corner. That's pretty impressive. Now add my 230 pounds into the driver's seat. That's going to change quite a bit, but still pretty respectable numbers. I don't know if the refresh rate will pick that up or not, but we'll give it a shot. Well, looks like there's a couple different ways to take this off. I'm going to see if I can get these 19mm bolts out. I'm going to guess I'm not going to be able to do that, but let's find out. Look at that, the car's already getting lighter. Let's turn that up a little bit. Hey, it broke off. I'll take that. Oh, they're self-tappers. Look at that. Might have just screwed myself. What's going to happen on this side? Oh, it's going to break off just like the other side. Go figure. Sometimes you feel like you're taking that one bolt out that the whole car is going to fall apart on. I bet we just shed like 5 pounds of rust off the car. I guess those aren't going to come out. Let's try and break off the other 8 bolts. Those look like 14s. Wow. I'm impressed. Those are actually coming out. Oh, it came out. I'm impressed. Ooh, gravity. Look at how thick those washers are. Wow, can't find washers like that anymore. Those things are like an 1/8 inch thick. Tailpipe in my way over here. That one came out. It's pretty entertaining that this car is put together mostly so far with self-tapping or self-threading hardware. Just run her in there. A lot of guys do that these days. Hey, phone. Running out of wrench space. We need to get an open-end wrench. Lucky me, we've dropped 2 pounds off of this car already. We're down to 2393. The 2395 we started at. Now we're talking. Should have done that 7 bolts ago. Here it comes. Ouch. There it comes. Yikes. Oh, right down the shirt. I knew it was coming. Silly. Oh my god, that thing's heavy. I don't think it's 80 pounds, but it's heavy. Oh, actually got a tail pan. I'm impressed. All right, so the big question is, how much did that bumper weigh? We started out at 2395. We were down to 2393 before I got the bumper off, just from weight reduction. $23.27. So yeah, we did actually just drop 70 pounds off the back of the car. So that in and of itself was a 70-pound weight loss, weight reduction. That's pretty impressive. 70 pounds for a bumper. Like in today's cars, that would all be aluminum and it would weigh like 3 pounds. So I have a couple of creative ideas for rear bumpers on this. They're in the car, so I'll have to get them out later. But we'll see what we come up with. I think a solid bumper across the back and a split bumper in the front will be cool. They did actually make these with split bumpers in the fronts, I think. I don't really know. I don't know enough about these cars to talk about them like I know that much about them. I think they're cool. I like the monocoque designs. I think it's sad that they rust out as bad as they do. But we're gonna give this one a little more fun in its life on this earth. So let's move on to the front bumper. You can see I've got a little work to do back here on the trunk pan. Spare tire in there. That'll probably drop another 40 pounds off the back end of this car. Really lighten it up. Do an exhaust hanger modification there. Let's move up front, see if the front bumper will come off. I didn't even need this guy yet. Alright, I feel like I'm on a roll. That rear bumper came off pretty easy. Let's see if our front bumper is going to be so kind. So there's 2 bolts on the inner fender that come in from that way. I'm going to pull the bracketry and all off, but I kind of want to leave my brackets in place. So it looks like it's just 2 bolts here, 2 bolts there. So we're going to see if those are going to come off. I put oil on those, I don't know, like a month ago. So maybe that helped. I don't know what size these are. Maybe an 18? Probably not. Definitely not a 14. I don't know what they started life as, but they appear to be a 17 today. Let me grab my Big Billy BA air ratchet. I'll give that a shot. I went over there to grab my air ratchet and I grabbed my flashlight. That was silly. One. We'll lean him kind of on so I don't drop this one on my head like I did the last one. Is it stuck because of rust? Because it's not loose. Now it's loose. Don't drop this one on your head, Rich. Gravity. Keep one hand on the piece you're working on. Mr. Compressor, as always, in the back. Oh, that was heavy. Oh, yeah, that one's got to be 70 pounds, too. Oh. Got a big smiley face. Yeah. Extra airflow there. too bad. I've certainly seen worse. Oh, it's a far cry better. And then the question becomes, how much weight did we just drop off this car? Let's look. Well, I gotta say, it's a lot more aggressive looking with the front bumper gone. I gotta put a bumper back on it because, you know, traffic safety laws. But we'll figure something out creative for it. Looks pretty good. I'm actually digging the squinty eye, or the eyebrow, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we got the front bumper off, we got the back bumper off. Let's see what our weight is. We are down to 2258, 59, 58, 59, 58. It can't decide. That's a pretty substantial weight loss. 150 pounds. Not bad. Alright, well that's pretty good progress for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and jack the car up, get it off my scales, put my scales away. 2259 total end weight with the bumpers off from 2395, so almost 150 pounds in bumpers and some rust. So I guess the next step will be pulling the spare and the trunk floor out. I've got an actual idea for that. We'll get into that probably in the next session, but for now I'm going to get the thing filled up with fuel and do some final tuning on the carb and maybe take it for an actual test drive finally. Although I don't think I should drive it before I get the spare tire out of the trunk. It may fall out on the test drive if I leave that in there. Let me get this thing down on its feet and we'll get after moving this thing around. In the front, that would look pretty cool. Those actually fit the back better. These are not Capri split bumpers. These are 71 Camaro front split bumpers. I know all the Ford guys will roast me for using Chevy parts on a Ford, but gotta admit, bring it up, nice and tight to the body. It fits, it works. I don't know, I'll have to get some, I'll have to mock them up and see what they look like. They need to be high and tight. Black out the lower tail panel. I don't know, we'll see. I think the next step is going to be exhaust, trunk floor, and maybe do some driving finally. I'm kind of excited about that. At any rate, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Tell us which side you think the split bumpers should be on. They fit really good in the back. They actually fit really well in the front too. I think splits in the front. I may have an actual early bumper for the back that'll work. It's a little wrinkly, but so's the car. Thanks for coming along, guys. We'll see you on the next one.